2, 1.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to another episode of E.TV. Well, it seemed as though NFL free agency is upon us, and I wanted to give you the inside scoop because, you know, it's kind of like college recruiting. As soon as the clock strikes midnight, the general managers, they out there flying planes, sending limousines, and getting these guys to where they need to be and getting that contract done early. So, at 1:30 a.m. this morning on the East Coast, I hope you're watching on the West Coast, but this is an East Coast produced show, Antonio Cromartie, cornerback of the San Diego Chargers, has been traded to the New York Jets for a third-round pick, and depending on his playing time, could be upgraded to a second-round pick. Now, that is humongous because we all know that the Jets had the #1 rated defense overall, the #1 cover corner in the league with Darrelle Revis, a.k.a. the owner of Revis Island. And now you're going to have Antonio Cromartie. A lot of people have said that his production has slipped in the past couple of years, but when he was at his peak is when the San Diego Chargers were a blitzing, press coverage, attacking type of defense. And what are the Jets? A blitzing, press coverage, attacking type of defense. So now you're going to have Revis Island. I don't know what you want to call it. Maybe you want to call it Antonio's Peninsula. I don't know. We got to make up a nickname. But you're going to have two great cover corners on that defense. I mean, for all my Mad players out there, engage 8 all day, baby. Next, we have Kyle Van Den Bosch, defensive end from the Tennessee Titans, who was a free agent, has signed with the Detroit Lions. He signed a 4-year, $26 million deal. Now, why is that big? He himself does not improve that defense, but the Detroit Lions have the second pick in the NFL draft. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to draft whoever falls to them, meaning that the two top defensive tackles are Ndamukong Suh from the University of Nebraska and Gerald McCoy from Oklahoma. Whoever falls and lands to them at 2, now you have a stud defensive tackle and a former Pro Bowl defensive end. That defensive line could really pose havoc on quarterbacks for this upcoming season. Detroit Lions might be a team you want to look at. Now, a team that has made a couple moves within the whole first day of trading is the Chicago Bears. Now, let's start from guys you might not know. And Brandon, hold on, I got the script right there. Manny Maliuna. Brandon Manny Maliuna. Say that 3 times real quick. Tight end. He's going to fit in well with the Chicago Bears because with Mike Martz as the offensive coordinator, he doesn't really use the tight end, and he uses the tight end to block, and that's what Brandon does real well. So I think he's going to fit in real well with that Mike Martz system. And Chester Taylor, Adrian Peterson's former backup in Minnesota, I mean, all he's doing is switching teams in the division. So this is a 2-for-1 for the Bears in terms of they get a great backup running back, and they weaken one of their opponents in the Minnesota Vikings. So Chester Taylor signs with the Chicago Bears today, and the bell cow of all of the free agents that the Chicago Bears have got, Julius Peppers' sausage. That's right, Julius Peppers, defensive end, Pro Bowl defensive end, all-world defensive end of the Carolina Panthers, has signed I know I had to check this a couple times, the 6-year, $72 million deal, and he gets $40 million over the next 3 years. I mean, Julius, man, could you hit a brother off or something? A meal or just whatever. But anyway, that's what the Chicago Bears have done thus far. Who knows if they stop spending, but, you know, they've already done a lot. And we also have a trade that went down today, not too long ago, actually, within the hour. Anquan Boldin, former wide receiver of the Arizona Cardinals, has been traded to the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Baltimore Ravens received Anquan Boldin and a 5th-round pick in this year's NFL draft. The Arizona Cardinals get a 3rd and a 4th-round pick of the 2010 draft, meaning, you know, next year's draft, even though it's 2010 this year, but, you know, you feel me. So that's great for the Ravens because what that does is now you got Joe Flacco, and he has Anquan Boldin, and he has Dante Stallworth. Those are 2 very good, productive receivers. And you got Ray Rice-A-Roni as your running back. And that killer defense, I don't know, the Ravens, I don't know. You think about the Jets, the New England Patriots, and the Colts. Those aren't the big dogs of the AFC anymore. You got some young guns that are really stepping up and might want to take a shot at that title. Now, you also have some notables that are still out there, still available for a lot of teams. I know Terrell Owens, a.k.a. T.O., or how should I say, get your popcorn ready. I know he's getting up there in age, and he's probably not as productive as he's used to be, but he's still a great number 2 receiver. So a good landing spot for T.O. could be the Cincinnati Bengals, so he could play alongside of Ocho Cinco, and 2 of the greatest, how should I say, touchdown celebrators in NFL history should be teamed up, because those guys will probably make it, take it to the next level and whatnot. Another notable free agent that's still out there, Pro Bowl safety of the Arizona Cardinals, who's been released today, Antrel Rolle, is on the market, as well as, this is tough to say, but, Thomas Jones, running back of the New York Jets. I can't believe the Jets released him. It's money related, but it's tough because, he was a leader as well as in the locker room, and he led the AFC in rushing last year. So that's tough. And we have this just in. I would literally say 20 minutes ago, Carlos Dansby is likely, and I'm not saying he's going to, but it says he's likely to sign with the Dolphins. The details aren't in yet, but Carlos Dansby, middle linebacker from the Arizona Cardinals, looks like he's going to sign with the Miami Dolphins. Now, before we finish, I wanted to give you my personal thought on the topic. Jake Delhomme, quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, was released today. The reason why that matters to me is because Michael Vick, who's the backup on the Philadelphia Eagles, has mentioned that, he likes the Carolina Panthers uniforms. I don't know what that has to do with it, but he would like to play in Carolina because, the dude is from Virginia, played in Atlanta, and playing in Carolina. The boy's a Southern boy, and he wants to stay close to home. So in saying that, what I would like to say is that's all that I have for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. This is E.TV. Subscribe. Leave some tags, some comments. Please let me know what you would like to make, our viewing experience better. And, whatever else happens in the world of sports, it's going to be beautiful, and I'm going to bring it to you, baby. Peace.